in HD. This is 12 News, Evening Edition.
A man dressed as a Department of Corrections worker accidentally fires his gun in a Walmart.
Customers and employees of a local mortgage assistance company outraged today why police had to get involved.
And a dog is shot 4 times but survives. The story of Roscoe's rescue. Well, we start tonight with that scary moment for shopper Walmart.
A man's gun fires while he is standing in the checkout line, and it's all caught on camera. David Walter of Surprise faces 6 charges of endangerment, disorderly conduct, and discharge of a weapon. Police say the 30-year-old is lucky he didn't hurt or kill anyone. Joe Dana is here with more on this story and the surveillance video that shows it all. Joe?
Yeah, the smoke may be tough to see on your TV. The video also shows him wearing a corrections officer shirt with his gun at his side. Now, he's not a corrections officer, though he went through a couple weeks of training back in 2006. Now, whether this guy has received any training to actually handle a gun, well, that's up for debate. Look closely as David Walter's semi-automatic pistol fires into the air. Faint smoke appears. A store sign waves back and forth after the bullet hits it. Police say it looks like the shot was unintentional.
It appears that he accidentally drops the magazine. He bends down, picks it up, pops it back up, and when he pops it back in, the weapon discharges.
An accident that might be more understandable, say, at a shooting range. But here, inside a Walmart, what was David Walter thinking?
We have no idea at this point.
During Walter's odd midnight stroll around the store that lasts an hour and 15 minutes, he walks around electronics, pool supplies, and other departments. At one point, the video shows him trying to pry open a locked case of iPods. Witnesses say Walter was seen taking his gun out of the holster several times and even cocked it in front of a store employee. Despite the odd behavior, nobody called police.
Perhaps to the, average citizen and the store employees, they figured he was a corrections officer and legitimately maybe after work stopped to do some shopping in the store.
It wasn't until after his gun fired that an employee called 911. After several minutes of questioning by officers, Walter is handcuffed and escorted out of the store. His night out continues, but this time behind bars. 6 people in that Walmart press charges for endangerment. Police say more charges could be coming as their investigation continues. Joe Dana, 12 News.
Joe, thanks. A 72-year-old Prescott man is in jail tonight, accused of terrorizing bank clerks at gunpoint. Prescott police say Thomas Kahutek was trying to rob the bank inside an Albertsons grocery store. They say he handed the teller a note claiming he had planted a bomb in the building and then threatened them with a gun and took their wallets. Police arrested Kahutek as he left the store.
Arizona is another step closer to becoming the 3rd state to allow people to carry concealed weapons without a permit. The House voted to send the bill to Governor Brewer for approval. Right now, carrying a firearm without a permit can result in a fine of up to $2,500.
Tonight, a Glendale loan modification company is under fire. It's being accused of getting paid for work it didn't do and failing to pay employees who thought they were helping desperate homeowners. Christine Lee has our watchdog report. Christine?
Mark, the company is called Mortgage Assistance Group, and a number of employees who used to work here say that they were forced out of their homes because they weren't getting paid. I also spoke with clients from across the country who tell me they spent up to thousands of dollars up front for services they never received. Outside the Phoenix police station, a father with a 6-month-old baby says he's desperate.
I was evicted, and at any time they'll be locking up the house because I have no money to move my stuff out.
Cordell Best says the Mortgage Assistance Group paid him only 1/3 of the salary he's owed. Another former employee says he's in the same boat.
Multiple checks bounced from myself and quite a few of the other employees.
Williams and Best say employees and potentially hundreds of homeowners across the country may have been victimized by the Mortgage Assistance Group. 12 News talked to 3 homeowners. 2 of them made formal complaints, one to the Arizona Attorney General, the other to Senator John McCain. They claimed they paid as much as $3,100 up front and got no results.
They did not lower my mortgage interest. They did not stop the foreclosure. They did absolutely nothing.
They're supposed to be working on your side, but they don't work on your side. They let the bank tell you exactly what's going to happen.
This has been a huge hit to us. It's very stressful, and it's something that we regret doing, obviously.
For 2 days, 12 News has tried to speak to the company's owner. This afternoon, we received an email from Stan Alate. He promised we would hear from his attorney. The Arizona Attorney General's office won't confirm or deny whether or not they're investigating this case right now. You know, employees were here today expecting their checks. They were first notified that they would receive a check at 10 in the morning. That got pushed back to 2:30 p.m. And then recently, Glendale police was out here. They escorted the owner of the company to a bank. He eventually came back and an employee of the company distributed the checks, but employees tell me that they're not the full amounts that they were expecting. Live in Glendale, I'm Christine Lee, 12 News.
All right, Christine, thank you. And as she mentioned just a short time ago, we did receive an email from the company's CEO, Stan Alote. He writes, I am a hardworking first-generation business owner that's devoted his time, focus, and money to saving Phoenix Valley homeowners from foreclosure. He adds, I'm strong, determined, and ethical, but I've never been through something like this. My own employees that I fight so hard to provide for are turning against me, doing everything they can to hurt me. It's ridiculous and unwarranted, end quote.
New at 6, the Coyotes may be one step closer to getting a new owner. Two groups hoping to purchase the team signed paperwork with the city of Glendale today. Jerry Reinsdorf and the head of Ice Edge Holdings, Anthony LeBlanc, signed memos of understanding on a lease. The Reinsdorf deal would also change the name of the team to either the Glendale Coyotes or the Arizona Coyotes. The city council will vote on the proposals next Tuesday. If approved, it would be the NHL's responsibility to decide who buys the team.
Sheriff Arpaio says he is launching another immigration sweep in Phoenix. He hasn't specified a date, just said that it would be sometime in the next 3 weeks. He also didn't say exactly what part of the city he will target, but the sheriff says he'll focus on high crime areas that have problems with immigrant smugglers and drop houses. This would be Arpaio's 15th crime sweep in 2 years.
Today we've got new numbers that show families in rural Arizona are not returning their census forms as quickly as their metropolitan counterparts. The trend may not be surprising, but some of these rural numbers are extremely low. So far, only 22% of census forms are in for the town of Gila Bend. It's 34% for Pinetop Lakeside and similar numbers in Quartzsite. Only 37% have returned their forms in La Paz County. Numbers are also extremely low in Apache and Navajo counties. What many people may not realize is that the feds use the census numbers to determine how many people live in a community and how much money it should get for things like transportation, hospitals, and education. But so far, the national participation rate is only 65%. Hannah Mullins joins us from Flagstaff tonight, which stands at about 61%. Hannah?
That's right, Mark, and as the slogan goes, it's in our hands. But if you're in the high country, it might be in both hands. I know that I received 2 forms, and I'm not the only one. It's like a blank check that's worth about $1,000 a head if you're living in northern Arizona. So here's what happens when you get 2.
The complication of people receiving 2 and not knowing what to do.
Seeing double is causing confusion.
But I did fill it out and got a second one.
She submitted 1, but John Bearfield sent both.
We received 2, and they were both duplicates.
It won't count twice, and it's not a glitch. It's an extra effort to get people to participate in communities that had a low response rate in 2000.
They sent another form out to those areas again. Even if people had responded, they just blanketed the area with another mailing.
So if you get 2 identical forms, be sure to mail 1 and you can recycle the other.
Mail it back. That's the most important thing. Be counted in your community.
A better count means a bigger piece of the money pie.
If they don't, they will eventually receive a knock on the door from the enumerator. So if you don't want to get that knock on the door, mail it back, mail it back, mail it back.
Now, inevitably, not everyone will mail it back. That said, the census needs people to go out and knock on those doors, and there are thousands of jobs up for grabs in northern Arizona. You can get more information about those job openings online at 12news.azcentral.com. Just click links on 12. Live in Flagstaff, Hannah Mullins, 12 News.
Thanks, Hannah. Well, back here in the Valley, it's a great day for a little outdoor cooking.
And who better to sample barbecue than Jimmy Q? We sent him out to the Arizona Barbecue Festival in Scottsdale. Hey, Jimmy.
I'm telling you right now, we have a lot of smoke. It's just starting to pick up. It was pretty quiet about an hour ago. This place, the best way to say it's like a NASCAR event. Instead of NASCARs, yeah, barbecue grills, but there are trailers. People are coming in. There's a lot of excitement. They just fired up those barbecue grills about a half hour ago, and let me tell you, the wood that they're using, it's mesquite, it's pecan, so it really has an incredible aroma across the air. And these are the trailers. These people are staying here overnight, and they're getting the wood. They bring in their special wood from all over the country. People from California, all the way from coast to coast are out here. It's a big competition for tonight and a very big dinner. I understand some of these rigs, they call the barbecue grills, they call them rigs. Some of these rigs, $30,000. There's actually a rig here. It's an $80,000 barbecue machine. It's all wood, and there is a method to everyone's madness. There are all kinds of tricks, and this is going to start tonight. We have a big event starting at 8 o'clock. It's a VIP dinner, and then tomorrow, open to the public. Here's what our temperatures look like. This is the time of year when we start to cool down. 82 feels really good with a light breeze. 83 for Glendale, 66 for Sedona, 70 for Winslow, and 63 for Show Low right now. We also have 86 degrees out in Gila Bend. Your weekend forecast, 88 degrees for Saturday, breezy, and about 88 for Sunday. When I come back, we'll talk about the extended forecast and our chances of rain here in the valley.
All right, thanks, Jimmy. Well, we hear amazing stories about cats with 9 lives making it through close calls. Well, tonight we have the story of a dog who somehow survived a horrible fate. Caught in a trap and shot 4 times in the head, Roscoe had a will to live.
Celebrity of Cave Creek. Yeah, boy. Roscoe lives.
If Roscoe could talk, he would have a tale to tell. His owner found him about 80 yards from home.
I came home from work and he wasn't outside and to meet me like he does every day, and so I went looking for him.
David Etter found Roscoe in a leg trap under a tree.
His face was all bloody and a lot of trauma to the top of his head and that, and so we scooped him up and took him to the vet real quick.
When he come in, number one, he was very painful on the front leg. They had taken the trap off at the time that he'd gotten here. The left eye was still bleeding. There was a big clot in it. You couldn't even see the eye. We weren't sure at the time where the eye trauma had come from. It wasn't until we radiographed him that we realized that he had the bullets in the head also.
Roscoe had 2 bullets near his eyes and 2 near his neck.
Whoever shot this dog wasn't a very good shot because he hit all around the vitals but didn't hit the brain.
Roscoe came home the same day. Doctors left the bullets in his head for now because the surgery is too risky.
Not real happy. Too bad the dog's messed up from it, you know. And, he might lose his eye out of it.
Yeah, the vets won't know if Roscoe can keep his left eye until the swelling goes down. The Maricopa Sheriff's Department is now investigating that shooting.
What is wrong with people? Still ahead on 12 News, a new law that aims to keep your kids safer at school. Plus, whether you hate your hue or you just want to cover up those grays, Consumer Reports tested home hair color. We'll tell you which ones came out on top. And we'll check back in with Jimmy. He's out of the Arizona Barbecue Festival. A bill designed to keep your kids safer at Valley schools was signed into law today. Last year, 3 Valley schools had roof collapses, including Wagner Elementary in Tempe. Luckily, no one was hurt, but school was shut down for several days. The bill that passed this morning requires schools to adopt preventative maintenance guidelines for buildings. That includes plumbing, electrical systems, heating, ventilation, and other special systems.
Attention, ladies. A new Consumer Reports Shop Smart poll says that nearly half of all women regularly color their hair. And since we all want to save money, Caldwell for Action's Dave Cherry finds the best home dye for the dollar.
Apply dye, wash, blow dry. It can take a lot of work to color your hair, but Michelle Cintrillo says it's worth it.
As soon as my grays are covered, I feel great, and I feel like going out and showing everybody my hair.
Consumer Reports tested to see whether there's a less expensive way to cover your gray. Included in the test, 13 home hair dye kits that cost $4 to $13 from big-name brands like Clairol, Garnier, and L'Oreal.
We tested both permanent kits, which are supposed to last until the hair grows out, and demi-permanent hair dye kits, which generally last through 24 to 28 washing.
Following the directions on the package, testers applied dye to almost 500 tresses of gray human hair. Then they washed and dried the hair repeatedly. Testers then used a colorimeter to check how much color washed out after 2, 8, and 16 washes.
But there's more. We also had trained panelists evaluate how well the color covered the gray.
This one didn't color evenly, with spots of gray still showing. It's L'Oreal Paris Excellence to Go.
It also contains ammonia, which you may want to avoid because it has a strong odor and may irritate the respiratory system.
Consumer Reports did find some kits that worked well, including Clairol Textures and Tones, as well as Clairol Natural Instincts for men and for women.
They got high marks for covering the gray, and they're ammonia-free.
And since these hair dyes cost under $10, they're a lot cheaper than a trip to the salon. Dave Cherry, 12 News.
And then you have more money to buy barbecue.
Yeah, nothing like some ribs and chicken, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish you could come out here and just smell this. It is so incredibly intense. We have smoke in the air and lots of barbecue. We have the El Jefe here, the commissioner. We got Michael Ryman. Michael, how are you, and how's everything going, and how's the event going so far? I can sense there's a lot happening out here now.
It is incredible. We have over 60 barbecue teams from around the nation, including a lot of the big names. And it's just incredible. The smell out here tomorrow is going to be phenomenal. I mean, there's going to be a mist hanging over here, 60 people cooking barbecue. It's going to be great.
And you guys are sharing secrets with each other, sort of?
Well, I don't know if they're true secrets, but we're sharing information back and forth.
You told me you're looking around and looking at some of these other barbecue grills as well and getting ideas or a little envy, saying, why didn't I put that on my grill?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of rig envy going on out here. I mean, you can come around and just drool at all the different barbecues out here. This is truly a barbecue enthusiast paradise out here this weekend.
So the average person comes out here tomorrow, what can they see?
They can see all these competitors cooking and turning in their meats for the competition. If you're hungry, you want to try some of the different competitors' foods, absolutely. It's $2 taste tickets. You can try all the competitors' food. And the good thing about that is 50% of that goes to charity.
Oh, that's a great one. Listen, Michael, I really appreciate that. Good luck to you guys. It's going to be a great event for tomorrow. We're excited.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
All right. Now let's talk about what kind of weather we can expect out here and the rest of the valley. We have temperatures mainly in towards the upper 80s here, a warming trend. Near 90 this weekend, storms will start to move in here across the southwest. That'll be late Monday and Tuesday. And for the high country, also a better shot at some shower activity. So the Futurecast putting that into motion. We'll see a couple of scattered clouds out there, and then definitely look at the pattern really shifting as the rain starts moving across California. More rain for San Diego if you're heading out there. By late Sunday on into Monday, there'll be some showers. 59 degrees for the overnight low in Phoenix, 38 for Payson, 40 for Winslow, and 27 for the Grand Canyon. A high of 73 for Sedona and 87 for Casa Grande. Look for 91 for Gila Bend. So a couple of 90s will be popping up for tomorrow. Now, overnight temperatures or highs for tomorrow here in the valley, 85 for Mesa, 85 for Gilbert, and mid-80s for Goodyear and Sun City, 85 degrees. Expect 49 to 59 for the overnight low for tonight. A light west wind, 5 to 15 miles an hour. Pollen will also be on the high side. Need we mention that? 83 to 88 for tomorrow. 83 for some of the higher areas such as Anthem and along the foothills. So a nice little warming trend here for Saturday and Sunday. We cool down to 83 by Monday and into by Tuesday, but we're going to still be pretty much on the rain-free side all weekend long, and then slight chance of showers by Monday and Tuesday. And I'm telling you, Mark and Linsu, it smells incredible out here. We're going to be back with sports. That's coming up next.
All right, qualifying for Saturday night's Subway Fresh Fit 600 finished up about 20 minutes ago out at Phoenix International Raceway. Former IndyCar driver A.J. Allmendinger is the pole sitter. It's his first career pole on the NASCAR circuit. And for more on tomorrow's big race, let's get you live trackside with Joe Pequeno. Joe?
Well, Coop, it was a challenging final practice run for many drivers on the Sprint Cup Series. They were coping with the blinding sunlight on turn 1, which could play a major factor in tomorrow's race. They were also dealing with the higher temperatures that made the track conditions anything but ideal.
Just really hot, you know, really slick. You're just slipping and sliding around trying to find grip, which is tough to do.
Wait till dark, go out to the interstate, stand out in the middle of the lane, and wait for cars with their high beams to come. And that's kind of what it's like going down in there. It is kind of difficult here because you're going directly into the sun.
But I would think the biggest time it'll play a factor is when we can't see for about an hour. So that's always difficult here with the sun setting to try to find your pit stall and to try to find turn 1 and all that. So I'd say that's probably the biggest challenge.
Track conditions will be different when we race versus what we were practicing in today.
The teams that adapt well will have the best chances to win. Racing is only minutes away with the Nationwide Series on the track for the Bash's Supermarkets 200. Points hitter Carl Edwards is on the pole. And Coop, you know what that means? That means boogity, boogity, let's go racing!
Can't wait,
boogity,
Joe.
Boogity, baby.
It's all on 12 News, and it's all new tonight. Start off tonight with Who Do You Think You Are? Followed by Dateline NBC at 8. And 12 News at 10 with Cody and Curtis. It's all on 12 News.
Coming up on 12 News at 10, a man accidentally fires his gun inside an Arizona Walmart tonight. A witness describes what was going through her mind when that happened.
That's our news. We'll see you back here tonight at 10.
See you then.